The problem with practicing in front of a mirror is that you will often be split with your attention. The attention dedicated to trying to play good, and then the attention where you're analyzing and playing in front of the mirror. And that can make it very difficult to actually try and improve. So if you record yourself, you can focus 100% of your attention on your playing, and then you can focus 100% of your attention on the analysis when you go back and review the recording. So for example, you can record yourself and then listen to yourself without actually seeing it. So just like cover your eyes and listen to what it sounds like. And you should listen for a rhythm and not a sticking. If you are not looking at yourself and you're just listening to it and analyzing it, you can specifically listen for those consistencies with the rhythms and making it sound rhythmic rather than like a sticking. Another thing you can do is you can put it on mute and then look for consistencies in your height. So what you're trying to do with these like different like approaches of how you can listen to it is you're trying to isolate out your senses to focus on one thing at a time and really hone in on it. So for the first one, it was like focusing on the listening. For the next one, when you're muting it, you're actually focusing on the heights. So are my accents consistently at one height and are my taps consistently at another height? Or are they switching depending on like what's going on? Are my velocity between my right hand and my left hand the same? Does my left hand move slower than my right hand? These are all things that you can really notice when you put it on mute and you just watch it. Another thing that you can do is you can actually put it on slow motion. So for example, on YouTube, you can click on the gear and then you can click for the speed to make it go as slow as like a quarter speed. If you go super slow, you're able to look at the mechanics of your hand to figure out what exactly is going on when I'm playing like a fast thing. If you speed up your recording of yourself, you can actually see some of the mistakes that you might be making. Like you might be moving your hips a bunch, or you might be moving your shoulders when you're like moving around on the tenors. And you might not notice that if you're like doing just like these subtle movements at normal speed, but then when you watch it at like 2 times speed and you start noticing yourself jiggling like this, then you can really notice like some of those macro motions that might be going on that could be causing some issues with your own playing. But another thing that I would highly recommend doing is when you're actually recording yourself going through something, record yourself playing something with multiple reps. Don't just play it one time and analyze that playing. Play it at least 2 times and listen back to it. What is consistent between the first rep and the second rep, and what is inconsistent between the first rep and the second rep. The way that you approach those different airs is going to be different. So a consistent air is something that you might want to focus on because it's like, oh, well, my accents are consistently too high or my taps are consistently too high. Okay, well, let's focus on lowering those taps. That's a consistent air. And the inconsistent airs might just be a brain fart. You might be thinking about, oh, I'm hungry, or, oh, I can't wait to hang out with my significant other later on today. And your brain is just distracted. And so that is causing the air, and you might not need to actually work on that inconsistent air.